All right, let's dive into something pretty fascinating today. How is AI going to change how we do business? Even more importantly, how do we make sure our businesses can thrive in this new world? Our guide for this deep dive is Mark de Grasse's book from 2024, Always on Brand. It was published by the AI Branding Academy out in Austin, Texas.
You know, de Grasse makes a really interesting point. AI isn't just another marketing tool. It's like a total shift in how we think about business. And branding, surprisingly,
Yeah.
is going to be way more important than ever.
It's funny. We tend to think of AI as like super technical, right? But de Grasse actually compares it to what CAD software did for engineering. Remember back in the day, engineers used to have to draw everything by hand, but then CAD came along. It wasn't just about speed either. It was like a whole new world of design possibilities opened up.
Exactly. And that's what's happening with AI in the business world. It's not about automating tasks. It's changing what's even possible. De Grasse says AI is going to revolutionize everything. Operations, marketing, customer service, the whole 9 yards.
So where does branding fit into all of this?
Well, think about how the internet's evolved. It used to be all these independent websites. Now it's dominated by a few big players, like Google and Meta. They control so much of digital advertising. They basically have power over how businesses reach customers.
So that's where branding comes in.
Right. When everyone has the same data and tools, what sets you apart is your brand. De Grasse says branding isn't just your logo or a tagline anymore. It's about creating a deep connection with your customers. A connection AI can't just copy.
Wouldn't AI make it easier to copy a brand, though? I mean, you can train an AI on your brand guidelines, your visuals. Couldn't it just churn out stuff that looks and sounds just like you?
That's a really good question. And it gets to the core of what de Grasse is saying. He thinks all this AI-generated content, it's actually making authentic branding even more important. Think about it. If everyone can create perfect marketing with AI, what's going to make you stand out?
I guess having something real to say, something that actually resonates with people.
Exactly. De Grasse calls this brand definition. It's not just enforcing your guidelines, it's defining your brand so clearly, so powerfully that AI can actually understand it and amplify it. It's about a brand that's so authentic, so unique that it can't be easily imitated.
Okay, how do we actually do that? How do we define our brand in a way AI gets it?
De Grasse has this framework, the AI brand framework. It's all about turning your brand values into something tangible, something AI can work with.
So it's like giving AI a set of instructions on how to be your brand.
Exactly. He breaks it down into 3 parts: strategic branding, performance marketing, and content engineering. The idea is they all work together to create a brand experience that's consistent and compelling.
Okay, let's unpack those a little.
Sure.
What's strategic branding in terms of AI?
Think of it as the foundation of your AI-powered brand, defining your core values, your voice, your target audience, your unique selling proposition. Everything that makes your brand, well, you.
So figuring out what's special about your business
Yeah.
and making sure that comes through in everything you do.
Exactly. De Grasse thinks a lot of businesses mess this up. They're so focused on the day-to-day marketing stuff, they lose sight of the bigger picture.
It's like they're so focused on the trees, they miss the whole forest.
Right. And with AI, that clear strategic foundation is even more important. You're giving AI power to make decisions. You got to make sure those decisions match your brand values.
That makes a lot of sense. So where does performance marketing fit in?
It's all about data and analytics, tracking your marketing and making sure it gets results. With AI, you have so much data, it becomes even more important.
So it's like AI supercharging your marketing analytics.
Exactly. De Grasse says AI can spot patterns in your data, things you might not see yourself, so you can optimize campaigns, target better, and ultimately get better return on your marketing investment.
We've got the strategy, we've got the data. What's content engineering all about?
Content engineering is how you create high-quality content that matches your brand and connects with your audience. And yep, you guessed it, AI is a big part of this too.
I'm sensing a theme here.
De Grasse thinks AI can be a powerful tool for content, but you have to use it right. It's not about replacing human creativity. It's about making it better.
So like an AI assistant helping you write better copy, make better visuals, even personalize content for different people.
Exactly. De Grasse thinks this is where a lot of businesses will struggle. They either ignore AI completely, or they try to use it to replace humans altogether. But the real power is finding that balance between human and machine.
It's a partnership, not a replacement.
Exactly. The businesses that win with AI are the ones who can master that dance between human and machine.
Okay, this is making sense, but I'm still not totally clear how it all works practically. How does this AI brand framework actually play out?
De Grasse talks about the AI brand blueprint. Think of it as a roadmap for your brand in the age of AI. It lays out your brand strategy, your performance goals, your content system. But it's more than just a document. It's a living system, constantly being updated as your business grows.
It's like the central nervous system of your brand.
Exactly. And this blueprint guides all your AI marketing efforts. It's the code that tells your AI how to be your brand.
Okay, I am definitely intrigued. Let's dig into this AI brand blueprint a little deeper after a quick break.
Sounds good to me.
So this AI brand blueprint, we left off right there. It sounds like a pretty complex document, you know?
It can be. But de Grasse breaks it down. He's got these 5 essential guides.
Yeah.
They define your brand's whole identity in a way AI systems can actually use.
5 guides. Okay, that sounds manageable. What are they?
First one is visual. Everything visual about your brand. Logo, colors, fonts, image style, all of it. It's about having a consistent visual language across every channel you use.
Like your brand's visual DNA.
Exactly. And with the AI, you can take this even further. Imagine an AI that creates marketing materials for you, perfectly matching your style, even if you've never done anything like it before.
That's wild. What's the second guide?
Second is written verbal. Covers your brand voice, your tone, the specific words and phrases you use, making sure your brand sounds consistent everywhere. Website, social media, even customer service calls.
Like a dictionary or a style guide for your brand's language.
Exactly. And with AI, you can use this to train chatbots, virtual assistants, so they talk to customers the right way. Helpful and on brand.
That would be so valuable. What's number 3?
Third is interactive. How your brand interacts with customers, online and offline. Things like your website design, user experience, customer service.
Making sure every touch point is positive and consistent.
Exactly. And AI lets you personalize these interactions, like to a crazy degree. Imagine an AI tailoring its responses to each customer based on what they've done and what they like.
That's incredible. What's the 4th guide?
Fourth one is physical. Might seem weird in a digital world, right? But even now, those physical touch points still matter. De Grasse talks about packaging, your retail space, events, sponsorships.
So making sure your brand is consistent in the real world too.
Exactly. And AI can even blur those lines between physical and digital. Imagine walking into a store, AI recognizes you, offers recommendations based on your past purchases.
Okay, this AI brand blueprint, it's really changing how I think about business. What's the 5th guide? The last one.
Fifth is community. It's all about how you build and engage with your community. Social media, content marketing, loyalty programs.
So creating a sense of belonging, shared values among your customers.
Exactly. And AI can help you foster those connections in new ways. Imagine an AI-powered community platform. Connects your customers with each other. They share their experiences, get exclusive content and offers.
This AI brand blueprint, it's really comprehensive, covers the whole customer experience.
It does, and that's the point. De Grasse is saying, in the age of AI, branding isn't just marketing, it's like the operating system for your whole business.
Okay, so you've got this blueprint. How do you actually put it into action? How do you make sure the AI is using it right, making decisions that fit your brand?
That's where the standard marketing strategy comes in, or SMS for short. It's basically the rules for how your AI executes your brand strategy, like a playbook for your AI marketing team.
So the blueprint's the what, and the SMS is the how.
Exactly. It's built around 3 things: subscriptions, conversions, and ascensions.
Okay, break those down for me. Subscriptions, what are those in this context?
It's all about building an audience that you own, right? So subscriptions are getting people to opt in, email lists, social media follows, content subscriptions, direct communication with your best customers.
Got it. What about conversions? That's a pretty standard marketing term.
It is, but with AI, it means more. It's not just about buying a product or signing up. It's any action that brings someone closer to being a loyal customer. Downloading something, attending a webinar, even leaving a good review.
AI nudging people along in the customer journey.
Exactly. And that leads us to ascensions.
Ascensions.
Yeah, it's de Grasse term. Moving customers up the value ladder. Getting them to buy more often, become advocates for your brand.
Turning casual customers into superfans.
Exactly. AI can play a huge role in that. Personalizing messages, exclusive deals, great customer service.
So the SMS is about driving those 3 things: subscriptions, conversions, ascensions. But how do you ensure it's all happening in a way that matches your brand?
De Grasse is big on A/B testing. Experiment to see what works, but always make sure every variation fits your AI brand blueprint.
So AI optimizes your marketing, but you never lose sight of your brand's core.
Exactly. It's finding that sweet spot between efficiency and authenticity.
This is clicking for me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been very technical so far. What about real-world results? Any companies using this AI brand framework effectively?
Oh, yeah. De Grasse talks about Nike. They've been using AI for years to personalize things, product recommendations, marketing, all of it.
So when I see an ad for Nikes, and it's like exactly what I'd want, that's probably AI.
Most likely. But Nike isn't just using AI to sell shoes. They use it to build that deeper connection. Their Nike Training Club app. It uses AI for personalized workouts and coaching tips, like having a trainer in your pocket.
That's awesome. AI making the customer experience better, building loyalty.
Exactly. And there are more and more companies like Nike now using AI for their branding. The ones who do it right, they're going to have a serious edge.
Sounds like this AI brand framework.
Yeah.
It's pretty crucial for any business to stay relevant in the age of AI. But AI is still pretty new. Isn't there a chance this is all just hype?
There's always risk with new tech, but De Grasse makes a strong case. AI is here to stay, and the early adopters, they're the ones who will benefit most.
Okay, that makes sense. But this AI brand blueprint, the SMS, sounds like a lot of work. Where do you even start?
De Grasse has a few steps. First, get your team together. You'll need a mix of skills. Marketing, branding, data science, tech folks.
More than just hiring a bunch of AI engineers.
Right. You need people who get your brand, your customers, your business goals. AI is a tool. You have to use it strategically.
What's next?
Next, define your brand. This is where you really dig deep. What makes you unique? What are your values? Your voice? What feeling do you want customers to have?
Lots of soul searching, huh? What then?
Once you understand your brand, you got to translate that into something AI can understand. That's where the blueprint comes in. Document your strategy, your goals, your content system.
And then train your AI to use that blueprint.
Exactly. And it's an ongoing thing. You're always monitoring, making sure it's working right, adapting as your business changes and as the tech gets better.
This is all fascinating. But let's give our listeners a minute to process this.
Sounds good.
We'll be back in a moment. To finish up our exploration of AI and the future of branding. Okay, we're back. And before the break, we were getting into building an AI-powered brand. It's a lot, but I think the takeaway is AI isn't something to be afraid of. It's a tool. And if you use it right, it can really help you build a stronger brand.
Yeah.
Connect with your customers in a deeper way.
Yeah, I agree. De Grasse is really clear about that. AI doesn't replace us. It helps us, gives us better tools to do what we already do well.
One thing that struck me about de Grasse's book, he really focuses on content. He seems to think content is key for building a brand in this AI world.
Definitely. He's saying content isn't just marketing anymore. It's about showing who you are as a brand, telling your story, sharing your values, connecting with people on that emotional level.
He has this idea, a content evolution strategy. Sounds pretty intense. What does that even mean?
The idea is pretty straightforward, but it's a different way of thinking. Most businesses, they think about content when they need it, like a blog post for a new product or a social media campaign to get some attention.
Right, very reactive, tied to specific goals.
Exactly. But De Grasse says we need to think about content as an asset, something you build and grow over time. He compares it to a garden. You don't just throw some seeds down and expect a beautiful garden right away. You got to take care of it, nurture it, let it grow.
So instead of just putting out random content, we need to be more strategic. Think about how each piece fits into our brand story.
Exactly. He calls it building a content database. It's like a library of high-quality content, covering everything about your brand, products, services, values, your mission, everything.
And where does AI fit in?
AI helps in a few ways. First, it can analyze your audience data, see what kind of content they actually want. Then it can help you create that content faster, like with those AI writing tools or AI video editing software. And it can personalize content for different people so everyone sees what's most relevant to them.
It's like having a whole AI content marketing team.
Exactly. But De Grasse keeps saying AI shouldn't replace human creativity. It's about finding that right balance, human and machine working together.
That seems to be the main point throughout the book.
It is. It's about using AI for what it's good at. Data analysis, automation, personalization. So humans can focus on what we're good at, being creative, building relationships, telling stories.
So main takeaways from the content evolution strategy.
Long-form content is important. Articles, videos, podcasts. He thinks that kind of content gets shared more. Build your authority, creates lasting connections.
Makes sense. A 30-second TikTok isn't going to build a deep relationship.
Exactly. And he talks about content series, connecting pieces of content that educate people over time, like the New York Times and their podcast, The Daily. It's become part of their brand.
So instead of one-off things, we should create content that builds on itself, creates a deeper understanding of the brand.
Exactly. De Grasse thinks that's how brands will stand out. In a world full of generic AI content, it's about making content that's not just informative, but also engaging, entertaining, something people actually want to see and share.
Sounds like a ton of work.
It is work, but De Grasse says it's an investment, not an expense. The content you make now becomes the base for your AI marketing in the future. It's an asset, something that gets you leads, sales, loyal customers.
He also talks about content becoming its own revenue stream, right?
Yeah, he does. He sees businesses licensing their content or even selling it.
That's interesting. Building a library of knowledge and then making money from it.
Exactly, and he thinks that's just the start. As AI gets better, we'll see even more ways to do this. Create content, distribute it, make money from it.
It's exciting. And a little overwhelming to think about all that potential. But for our listeners, I think the main point is, don't be afraid of AI. If you use it right, it helps you build a better brand, achieve your goals.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is to start thinking about it now. Don't wait. Start experimenting. Start learning. Build your AI-powered brand today.
Great advice. And I think that's a good place to wrap up our deep dive into Mark de Grasse's Always On Brand. It's been a really interesting conversation. Hopefully, our listeners have a better understanding of what branding will look like in this AI-powered world.
It's been great talking about this.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll see you next time.